Here are 3 pieces of dating advice that are going to keep you single for a lot longer than you need to be. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sabrina Zohar. I'm a dating and relationship coach, the host of the Sabrina Zohar Show, and I am going to debunk a couple of things today because if I see one more fucking TikTok video that is telling you this nonsense, it is going to drive me insane. So, the first thing. Match that energy. Why the fuck are we matching energy? Let me ask this. Somebody's coming to you with some bullshit. They're being super avoidant. They're deflecting. They're gaslighting you. They're not taking accountability. They're not taking ownership. So you're going to match that energy? You're just going to water yourself down. You're not going to say anything. They don't reach out. I don't reach out. They don't do a move. I don't do a move. Are you living your life or are you playing a chess game to try to live their life and what's comfortable for them? I understand that dating is very much the unknown and it is very anxiety inducing, but saying match that energy completely gives your power away. You are then stooping to somebody else's level. You are going against the very grains of who and what makes you you. So instead of matching their energy, we could do a couple of things. We can get really fucking turned off. When somebody is being inconsistent or playing games, again, why are you going to match that energy? What I want you to do is stay true to yourself. Have those tough conversations. Let this person know, which is, we're going to get there, but let this person know like that doesn't work for me, or I don't appreciate the way that you're speaking to me, or this is inconsistent, or I require more. I have countless videos, but like when someone's breadcrumbing you, set the fucking boundary. Wait for them to contact you, right? You don't set boundaries to people when you haven't heard from this person in weeks. But that person that only texts you when it works for them, you can say, listen, it's great to hear from you, but I'm really intentional with the way that I'm dating and I am not interested in continuing this conversation if we're not at least going to see each other or if we're not going to go out on a date or insert whatever. Just because they text you when it works for them, just because they do what works for them doesn't mean that you need to match that. And that's also how situationships start to get formed. When we're not speaking our needs, when we're not coming from a place of authenticity, when we're not coming from a place of what feels real to you, the parts of you, not just one version of you, then what's going to happen is you're going to accept way less than you actually fucking deserve. So stop matching energy. Instead, hold on to your power, hold on to your truth and what you can control, which is you, which is why I'm saying don't give that away by saying I'm going to match their energy and start to do what they're doing, because then you lose sight of who you really fucking are. And to this day, baby, the reason I have the relationship I have, the reason I have the incredible partner I have is because I showed up and I didn't match his energy. I was staying true to mine. And if it didn't align with what it is that I wanted, then I wouldn't have fucking continued. Which brings us into number 2. Reciprocity is really fucking sexy. Stop listening to like, don't ever text them first and you need to wait for them to do. I'm sorry. To whom? I can't tell you how many male clients, especially if we're talking in heterosexual norms. If not, fill in the blanks, do what works for you. But when I'm talking to male clients, especially dating heterosexual women, I hear it all the fucking time. I don't know if I should text. I haven't heard from them. I don't think they're interested. Could they give me a little bit more? Could they show me a little bit more? And I don't blame them, right? We've all seen those conversations where like you see, whether it be, again, I don't care the gender, one person really trying to ask questions, trying to keep the conversation going, trying to be curious, and the other person just giving one-word answers. And it's like, if you're not fucking interested, just say it. Just then disengage in the conversation, but be reciprocal. Those are 2 different things. Matching someone's energy and being reciprocal are 2 completely different experiences, because reciprocity is like a tennis match, right? I'm serving the ball, you're serving the ball. We're going back and forth. I asked my partner on our 3rd date. I didn't have any shame. I would text him like if I missed him, if I was thinking of him, if I wanted to call him, I fucking called him because I was less scared of, oh God, I'm going to push him away. Oh God, he's not going to be interested in me. Oh my God, I'm going to be too much. Bitch, if I'm so focused on losing them, I've already lost myself. And that's my priority, is staying in my body, staying in my truth, and making sure that I am showing up in ways that align with the relationship that I want. So why am I not going to be reciprocal? But if I see that it's not reciprocal anymore, it's one-sided, again, see, that's where I'm not going to match their energy. I'm going to stay true to me and I'm going to walk the fuck away. There is a difference between matching energy, conserving energy, and there is a difference between reciprocity and forcing a connection. So it's really important to understand the difference. If someone's giving you, give back, right? They ask you on 2 or 3 dates, ask them on the 4th or 5th. If they've bought dinner 3, 4, 5 times in a row, fucking get the coffee. Do something that feels like you're growing a team. You're not just here waiting for someone to come and take care of you. You're not a princess. This isn't a Disney movie. This isn't a fucking rom-com. This is your real life. So show up how you want someone to also show up for you, and then disengage when you start to see that that's not in alignment. Before we go on any further, guys, if you need some more support, there is the podcast, The Sabrina Zohar Show, right here on YouTube. You could watch it. You can listen on Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your podcasts. And we have some courses. We have a nervous system course that helps to regulate your nervous system in early dating when it feels really unknown, the texting, when do we haven't defined the relationship, got a breakup course if you're going through that. And of course, we have the foundation course, which is 8 weeks with me. And we get meditations and there's workbooks. There's everything you need. So let's get into the third thing. The third thing is a biggie for me, and I kind of alluded it to in the first. Have tough conversations. I am so exhausted by these myths of like, don't have tough conversations. Don't be too much. Don't be too heavy. No. There's a very big difference between trauma dumping and being like, hey, it's so great to meet you. So let me tell you about the one time that my brother was taken when I was 10. And you're like, whoa, I don't even know your middle name. I don't even know your last name. But we don't need to overshare, in which we have a short on that if you need help with that. But what's really important is, am I asking the tough questions? Like my first date with Ryan, tech guy, for those of you who know him, that's that, was, how'd your last relationship end and what did it teach you about yourself? His favorite question to ask is, what is something that you changed your mind about recently and what prompted the change? Are they growth-minded? Is this somebody that you could actually build a future with, a life with, or are you trying to make them something they're just not? Are you scared to have the tough conversations? Because baby, you're scared to have the tough conversations to see their reaction. Just wait until you don't. That's what we should be more scared of. Take up that space. And that's why you can see this dating advice, like where we go from, where we were, of like, match that energy and don't text and don't do this. You're giving your power away and you're not standing in your truth. And then we wonder why we feel like we're self-abandoning. We wonder why we feel so disconnected. Like we don't feel like we're coming back to ourselves, into our home and our body. And that's why it's so important to start to get curious about, how am I also showing up, and not just how other people are showing up for me. And then again, does this work for me or not? I want you to have the tough conversations. I wouldn't be here if I didn't have hard conversations with my partner, because it laid a solid foundation for my nervous system to know that I am safe. That I am safe to have these types of conversations. And if I had gone to him early on, why the fuck are you waiting 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 months to find out this person doesn't want children or marriage or the life that you want to live? Or like this girl I knew, she was dating this guy and it took them like 9 months after she moved in with him, after we all told her, don't rush, to realize that like he wanted to do something completely different with his career and he was going to move and he just really didn't have any intentions beyond that. And they never talked about that. And then we wondered why they broke up and now she's back in the dating pool, because she didn't listen to her authenticity. She didn't listen to herself. She wasn't having these hard conversations. She was trying to play the cool girl. I don't have any needs. I'll go with the flow. I'll do whatever you want. And it's like, again, are you living their life or are you living life for you? Are you showing up for them or are you showing up because that is authentically what aligns with you? That is how you will have the relationship that you are fucking worthy and deserving of. But it starts with showing up differently. And that's going to be uncomfortable. Right? Your nervous system is like, I know how to do this. I know how to fawn. I know how to people please. I know how to play small. I feel uncomfortable having these conversations. But all of this is possible when you learn to grieve. When you learn that you're going to lose people, when you stop matching energy, when you stop playing the game of texting, when you stop not having these hard conversations, when you start to have those hard conversations, you're going to lose people. You're going to have people that are like, well, this isn't what I signed up for. No, thank you. Not what I want. And that's okay. That's part of this. That's the reason that we do all of this work, is so that you don't just take what you can get. You receive what you deserve. Let that fucking sink in. Listen to that. That just came off the top. Let that one guide you so that you can finally take up the space and that you have been taught. We have been taught so long to not be a good girl, play small, don't rock the boat. You don't want to annoy them. Boys pick on girls. Fuck that. How about we start cultivating relationships based on connection? And that way, when we start to show up differently, we can see if these people have the bandwidth. Doesn't mean that they're bad people. Doesn't mean we need to villainize anybody. It's just about being real with yourself. So that way, if it doesn't work, it's because you stood up for yourself and not because you were hoping to be chosen, playing this fucking part that doesn't exist, because that's not who you are. Don't try to be a black cat. Don't try to be a golden retriever. Be your fucking self. That is where you'll have the success of a relationship. And if they don't like it, they can kick rocks without shoes. I don't give a fuck. Guys need more? Like I said, there's the podcast, The Sabrina Zohar Show. We go over all of this. There are 140 plus episodes at this point. And there are the courses if you guys need. There's some free guides. There's resources at sabrinazohar.com or the link in my bio in the fucking show notes. But guys, at the end of the day, all I want you to take away from this is choose you. Show up with what feels like it aligns with you. For so long, we have been playing pretend to try to be something that we're not. And now is the time you get to choose, because you're no longer a child. You have fucking choices. Let's see you show up as that. Until next time, babes, don't forget to subscribe, follow along on the socials, Instagram, TikTok, all of the fun. And we will see you again next week.